Recently, Jeopardy! Fans saw a glimpse of Ken Jennings' dirty mind. Undeniably, the host likes a good joke, but sometimes he tows the inappropriate line with his humor. While the current host of Jeopardy! Ken Jennings is always ready for a good practical joke, not everyone enjoys his dark humor. However, part of his charisma is centric on the fact he loves to insert humor into his work. But Ken is getting to experience what it is like to be on the receiving end of a competitor's humor in the hosting position. Without a doubt, Ken's time on the show as a player resulted in many quipping retorts that Alex Trebek had to quickly navigate on the spot. As fans are binging the old episodes of Ken competing, they see several jewels from Alex and Ken's interactions. Although Ken Jennings has been known to crack a few naughty jokes here and there, it is even more apparent in his 74-day winning streak. Now that the old shows can be fully viewed on Pluto TV for free, many of Ken's clips are resurfacing more frequently. In a Reddit feed, one user shows off Ken revealing his dirty mind. In the clip, the clue reads, "This term for a long-handed gardening tool can also mean an immoral pleasure seeker." Swiftly, Ken buzzes with his answer, "What's a hoe?" Shocked by the response, Alex abruptly says, "No." Then, there was an awkward pause where Ken slyly smiled, recognizing the boyish humor he unveiled. Furthermore, Alex lets out two overstated "whoas" as he scrambles past the sophomoric retort. Regrouping, Alex says, "They teach you that in school in Utah, huh?" But another contestant moves the show along by buzzing in with the correct answer, "What's a rake?" While Ken Jennings' answer was a funny interaction, many Jeopardy! Fans had plenty to say about it. Several fans enjoy the laughable response, but more than that they think he should be correct. Undoubtedly, Ken Jennings learned from the best when seeing how Alex Trebek faced impromptu reactions like his, and then kept the show flowing. Although not everyone loves Ken's humor, it is often a strength for him to keep the beloved show entertaining and spirited. Ken Jennings, the record-holding champion of the game show Jeopardy!, has long been known for his razor-sharp intellect, wit, and a slightly quirky sense of humor. With his historic 74-game winning streak in 2004, Jennings cemented himself in the public consciousness as a trivia savant. Since then, his role as co-host, alongside mayim Bialik, has only elevated his status. However, a recent revelation has introduced another layer to Jennings' multifaceted persona, a dirty mind. This phrase, dirty mind, when associated with someone like Ken Jennings, sparks immediate intrigue. Known primarily for his cerebral prowess, the juxtaposition of intellectualism and an inclination for risque humor offers an interesting study in human complexity. While Jennings' reputation has always been one of sharp knowledge and quick wit, the notion that he might harbor a more mischievous, even bawdy side has fans and observers of Jeopardy! Curious and, quite frankly, amused. Before diving into Jennings' dirty mind revelation, it's essential to understand the broader context of his humor. Throughout his run on Jeopardy! And his subsequent career as an author, commentator, and game show host, Jennings has displayed a dry, sardonic sense of humor that resonates with many. His Twitter feed, with over 400,000 followers, is a mix of sharp observations, playful jabs, and tongue-in-cheek remarks. Whether he's poking fun at pop culture, politics, or the absurdities of everyday life, Jennings is a master of wordplay. One hallmark of his humor is that it's generally clean, clever, and quick-witted. For a man whose entire public image is built around his vast knowledge base and affable demeanor, Jennings' jokes tend to be sharp, but not crass, intelligent, but not elitist. That's why when the phrase "dirty mind" comes into the conversation, it feels like it's coming out of left field. Could someone so disciplined, so focused on facts and figures, really harbor a hidden penchant for double entendres or suggestive humor? In public life, particularly as a game show host, humor must walk a fine line. Hosts need to be likable, relatable, and funny enough to keep audiences engaged, but without offending or alienating viewers. This is doubly true for a show like Jeopardy, which has a reputation for being the thinking person's game show, intellectual, challenging, and highbrow. There's not much room for off-color humor, at least not in the open. But that doesn't mean there isn't a place for subtext or wordplay. Jennings himself has hinted at his appreciation for more suggestive or dirty humor in subtle ways over the years. While it's not necessarily explicit, it's often just beneath the surface, a wink or a nod to those who might pick up on it. The idea of Jennings having a dirty mind likely stems from a recent anecdote or joke where his humor veered into risque territory, taking both his fans and the general public by surprise. In a world where every public figure is hyper-scrutinized and every tweet, comment, or aside is analyzed for meaning, it only takes one slip or intentional foray into off-color territory for the headlines to follow. While Jennings hasn't made any outright inappropriate comments in his role as co-host of Jeopardy, he has occasionally let his more mischievous side slip through. In interviews and informal settings, Jennings has shared stories and moments that hint at a dirtier, more irreverent sense of humor than one might expect from the squeaky clean persona often associated with trivia champions. It could have been something as simple as a pun or a joke with a double meaning. For example, certain trivia clues or questions that involve innocent words like wood, ball, or hole might open the door for suggestive interpretations, and Jennings, ever the quick wit, might have thrown out a quip that caught people off guard. These moments, though often fleeting, reveal that even the most buttoned-up personalities sometimes indulge in humor that skews toward the body.